Yeah, Chaz, Mike Hill's kind of moved over into you guys' room, starting bowl practices in the spring. What have you seen from him at that jack position particularly?
Yeah, we made some packages during the season. We have packages where he becomes the jack, for more rundown teams. He's a bigger body, longer body. He outweighs the traditional jacks in the run game. He's a big asset to us. We try and keep to his strengths when he's out there. He was a DM before. We want to keep him on the edge. We want to keep him with his hand in the dirt and doing stuff that, pertains to his abilities. And, we asked him to drop, and he's done a good job doing that too.
Chaz, what do you think of the job that Jalen Walker's done between outside linebacker and inside linebacker, and just everything that's asked of him kind of going back and forth between those two spots?
It's a different mindset between both of them. He does a good job of, keeping them separate in his mind, kind of. Because on third down, he goes down, becomes a jack, becomes an end. He's able to rush on nickel rabbit groups. And first and second down, he's grown and he's become a middle linebacker. And, he's starting to become a leader in that room. And also in our room when he comes over and pass rushes. He's done a great job with that.
Chaz, we hear a lot about the Georgia players developing because of the amount of talent that you guys have to practice against. So I guess I'll ask you to maybe do a brag on your tight end. You get to work against these guys, going up against these guys in practice and having to get by them. How do they compare with other tight ends that you see throughout the season?
They're fast. Dale, Jaden, Lucky, they're probably the best route runners we go against. They might not be as big as other tight ends, but they have the technique to back it up. They get their hands inside. They get to your chest plate really easily. Coach Harley does a great job of teaching them how to use their strengths and, know their weaknesses and play to that. And we use them a lot in different situations than other people use them. Like, we run more routes with our tight ends. We don't stay in and max protect a lot. We give them the opportunities to showcase their talents.
How competitive those practices get? They were mentioned. I'm asking because Oscar's talked about how competitive you are and how much you hate to lose those reps. So how competitive does it get out there?
Yeah, I claim to win every single run, and then Deb claims to win every single pass because he's faster than me and I'm stronger than him. So it's kind of a switch off, and it's always competition, and we both have our realms of what we claim to be our best attributes. I just don't like losing either one of them.
Yeah, Chaz, you've been kind of well known as a high effort guy. Your work ethic's pretty well established around here. Who's a guy you might go up against in practice or that's on the other side of the ball that you recognize as every time I see this guy, I'm going to get his best effort?
Tate Ratledge, Carson Beck, Ernest Green, and there's plenty others. Those are just the ones that pop straight to mind. Tate's always going to control that right side, no matter how it is. If he's helping the tackle, if he's checking any inside blocks, if you beat a tackle inside, he's going to help him. He's always going to be there. Ernest, he just always brings his A game. Obviously him starting last year every single game, he's one of our best tackles, and if you're going to win against him, you have to bring your best every single time.
Yeah, Chaz, just what have you seen out of Damon Wilson as he continues to grow, obviously physically, but also as a player as well?
I think physically he's grown a lot this offseason. Last year he weighed 230. This year he's weighing 240. Putting more muscle on his frame, obviously allows him to do more stuff in the run game. Being able to set more edges, mentally he's been able to take what we do as a defense and, expand his mind to not just pass rush, but also coverage and in the run game doing stunts.
Chaz, this is the second straight year you've been that older guy in the room. Just how much more comfortable do you feel this year with being a leader and helping those younger guys compared to last year where that was sort of something new for you here?
I think I had great leaders in front of me that taught me how to lead. Nolan, Bill, all those guys, they just taught me what it meant to be a leader in that room. It's not necessarily just being over-controlling, but being somebody that the guys can look to as advice. Giving them advice that they might not otherwise have, that comes with experience. and just trying to take over that room and hold everybody accountable to what the standard of the room is.
Y'all brought in a pretty unique outside linebacker in Quintavious. Just what have you seen in him so far this spring?
He just wants to learn. He's in meetings writing everything down. And our defense does not come easy to mind. And we have to drop 50% of the time, stop the run 50% of the time, and pass rush the other 50% of the time. For those new guys, it's all about how bad you want to learn it. It's not more physically. Right now, this spring is everybody mentally for those freshmen, and he's doing a good job of learning and taking advice.
Chaz, so what are you looking to get better at this spring? What are the areas you want to improve by the time spring practice is done?
I want to improve in the run game. My hands, I have a tendency to use my head in striking blocks. Get more separation, because I realized in some of the games that I would get caught up on some tackles because I let them get in my chest before I pressed them out. In the pass game, I'm winning more efficiently, and in run-out situations when it is pass, converting into pass, and just trying to get all the guys around me too to be united as one defense, because we have a bunch of young guys. Just develop what we are as a defense and create identity.
Chaz, Kirby was in Macon last night. He was telling stories about his playing days and what a great athlete Champ Bailey was. And in the course of that, it came up that he was trying to set a record for power clean at 315, and he was able to get that up. Can you put into perspective just how much weight that is for any guy to lift, I guess, much less Coach Smart's size as a player? And what does it mean to have a coach that played at this level and earned all SEC honors? Is there an extra to that when he's speaking to you guys?
315, for anybody that hasn't power cleaned that or power cleans regularly, just put it on and try and deadlift it. Imagine throwing that in the air at that. Especially at his size, I don't know what he was, maybe 200 pounds, maybe in college. That's almost twice his body weight. Some people can't even do a pull-up with their own body weight. So, but going back to coaches that have experience in college, especially him, you respect it a lot more because he knows what you went through. They might say it was different back in the day, but it's still football. And you always respect somebody that's been through what you've been through instead of somebody that, maybe just knows stuff on a board. Personally, I know my coach, he played at Colorado all 4 years, was a letterman and everything. And, I respect him because he gives me advice that I might not know from the experience that he had in college.
Kirby talked about the new team motto of assume nothing. Just what does that mean to you?
Going into the season, not thinking about what happened in the past, not thinking about what happened in the ACC last year. Everybody's saying, this team can get 3 or whatever. It's not about the past. Right now we're just assuming that nothing is given to us, which we know we get everybody's best. And just taking every single detail that you have and can take advantage of, not assuming that the person beside you knows what they're doing and holding them accountable too. So, it's just paying attention to all the little details, not taking anything for granted.
Yeah, Chaz, I would assume you want to play football as long as you can, but have you given any thought to what you might want to do after your playing career is done?
Right now, I'm going to school trying to go into physical therapy. I also been thinking about maybe going the MMA route, training for that.
What intrigues you about MMA?
I've been cross-training for the past 3 off seasons. Coaches suggested it for hands and body positioning and all that, and I really like it.
To ask you, Cheddar here, to ask you another one of the younger guys in Pemba, that was a guy that obviously had a lot to learn going into spring last year. How has he kind of progressed over the season, and how is he looking in spring now after a full year of getting to practice and training with the team?
Physically he's there. He came in ready physically. It's the mental aspect that he's matured in the most. He can sit in meetings and call out coverages and what his responsibilities are, what other people's responsibilities are. And that just gives confidence to himself and also to us as a defense that he knows what he's doing and they can go out and execute.
Time for one more question.
Have you fought any MMA bouts yet, or has it been any sparring? And secondly, they're talking about weight room stuff. Can you give us some weight room numbers? Squat, bench, power clean, deadlift, something like that?
Yeah, I just training. I'm not sure how that goes with NCAA about bouts or anything like that. Don't want to get in trouble that way. Just training and, just trying to carry over that into my game. Because there's multiple pros that have done it. Most recently, Max Crosby, he's talked about it. And I just think it helps my game tremendously. And weight room numbers, I think bench is 435, squat like 535, 545.
Deadlift?
We don't deadlift heavy.
Thank you, Chaz.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Chad.
Chaz.
Thank you.